Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Northern Arena presented by Bell. Our second best of three of the night, Not Today versus FDL. Another upper bracket matchup, the last of the opening rounds here in the round of 8. I'm Zyori, joined again by Mott Pax. We're here on moonducktv. It's been a good night of Dota so far. Another NA versus SA matchup, North versus South. Mott Pax, what are we thinking here? Who's got the upper hand coming into it? Who would you put your rares on if you had to, if that was still a thing?
If that was, yeah, still, gaping. All right, coming into the qualifier, or the whole tournament itself, I think I would have given the edge to FDL, but Not Today have looked a little bit more solid overall. That's what I'm gonna go with, but not by much. I think it's gonna be a very good best of 3. I think we're going 3 games.
All right,
I'll give the edge to Not Today though.
Okay,
unless
fair
Bisa
enough.
gets Morphling. That's my condition.
I like it. A 3-game prediction, though. I don't think I saw much of the FDL games. I think Annie and Cap were covering those. I think I was pubbing and listening to it, but I didn't really digest the full girth of FDL and what they're up to. But a fun roster. I'm excited about this squad. 747 Stan King at the helm. Bisa there at the carry. Meepo band. They've done their homework, though, Trent. That's good. We did see a Meepo the other day, and it was a Meepo, and it worked.
Yeah, taking it in the first phase. This is execration style, Just get rid of that thing. Don't give it to a bed. And I guess they don't want to hand it over once more here to Not Today.
Oracle?
IO, Oracle. Yeah, I mean, we missed out on Oracle earlier. We had him in one of our games, but I think he skipped out to like the first phase of the draft even, but he paired with the OD here.
Old Dirty. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. We've seen a lot of second phase OD bans. Not so much in the first phase. We've only seen it played a couple of times. He's definitely a hero that's been on the radar. And one that is definitely not fun to play against. And there you go straight away. Not Today think, well, you've got a little bit of late game power. Boom. Trump card. Alchemist. Let's do this thing. And Not Today are the ones that ran this Alchemist that you and I were skeptical of, and then within 30 minutes proven wrong of our skepticism. He did the Armlet SNY.
The Attune build.
Yeah, the Attune build. It was like Armlet SNY BKB. Was it Maelstrom? It was all right-clicking, basically. Yeah. And he got 6-slotted at like 28 minutes, and they pushed high ground. They won a fight, a couple of diebacks, and they ended the game straight up before there were really any diminishing returns. I think the BKB was still at like 8 seconds or something when they ended the game. So, food for thought.
Frankfurt Major Attune Alchemist build.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, just throwing it out there, seeing an Alchemist like this, it might not be that Radiance, Manta, Octarine core split push that you're used to. Which it sounds crazy, but I feel like no one is doing that Attune build now. So it can catch teams off guard. And it can still be hard to deal with. Alk can hit that 6-slotted mark way faster than a lot of other heroes.
Yeah, it's nice here too, though, because you're up against the OD as well, right? So you're throwing out acid into the lane. It's not someone who has to get too worried about an OD. No one wants to be up against them in lane, but at least you're just spamming acid. So life's a little bit easier. Kind of funny if that AA band came in and bite them in the ass or something with a Huskar pick. That would be kind of comical, but maybe they'll just ban that too. That might not be a bad idea if you're Not Today.
I mean, Oracle Huskar is fine with OD. I don't see any reason why that couldn't be a thing. Certainly,
I'm just going to go ahead and say they're going to ban it. I think it's going to happen.
I think it's a good choice. Nyx Assassin now the third ban for FDL, one of the classic counters to the Outworld Devourer. Scaling with Int, that mana burn really hurts pretty much at every stage of the game, especially the late game. And FDL will ban the Huskar. Interesting. Or all right. I guess
fair enough. I mean, it's an IO, right? Same idea. So if FDL don't want to go for it, it's not in their game plan, then that is how it shall be.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think OD is pretty good against Huskar, though, isn't he? Like generally speaking, at late game, OD can kind of boss him around.
Kind of do his thing, I suppose so, right? You're not too overly concerned dumping some pure damage on top of him and whatnot. So, but life's good. And plus, his magic just isn't what it used to be, right? You don't get up into that insane. It like maxes out at like 50, whatever it is. Is it just 50? I feel like it's just an easy number, but it's not crazy anymore. It's not 99%.
Right, yeah, he's not immune to OD's ult when he's low. Yeah, it has the ceiling. A lot of options for not today, though. Like with this Alchemist so early, I feel like it opens up some possibilities for Ags wielding, supports and cores here as part of their potential strategy. It's always something you got to keep in mind when you grab an Alchemist like this. If they're not able to close it out, make sure they have somebody that can handle the Aghanim's. I know that Wisp Arcana is coming soon, but
Totally.
I don't know how good the Wisp Ags is. Not so hot. What are we looking at here? Not today. 4th ban.
Wouldn't mind some rune control kind of stuff, right? Maybe someone, like, in terms of a roamer, if someone is going to be roaming, you're assuming that this IO is going to be kind of doing like a little bit of a dance between maybe mid and top. And then you're thinking, well, I have an Alchemist and I have an IO, so runes are pretty super important right now.
Yeah.
Might be something to take into consideration. Of course, that's going to depend on the hero that comes for FDL. All right, so my condition is now gone. Bisa doesn't have the Morphling.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Bisa at the that qualifier for WESG, he played for Team Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out Bisa lived in Jordan for like 15 years,
I
and
did not know
he
that.
carried every game on Morphling. He played very well. I mean, maybe not the most competitive atmosphere, but
Well, like they're like
played
Kel's
pretty
classic.
damn well.
Like, all right, I'm just gonna outskill 9 people with Morphling and split push
exactly.
and make space for myself. I've seen it, dude. Of all the heroes, he might be one of the best to just straight up pick up a team, put him on your back. Like, guys, just follow my lead. You know, he's very well suited for that. So a smart ban. Axe now 3rd pick for FDL. So not a bad guy to have with a Wisp. Generally speaking, you're going to be tethered to somebody, often in close quarters. So high potential for Berserker's Call. Not a bad hero to have against the Alchemist either. Get him under threshold and nice clean kill. Also prevents the dazzle from getting picked off if that's something not today we're interested in. And now they grab the Timber Saw.
I don't remember how many Timber games we had today. Was it just one for MSS, I think?
I think so,
Yeah, the second one there, but Solid Hero, again, nothing too crazy, right? You're not looking towards like Keep of the Light. I guess maybe there is some sort of possibility for that if you want to really group up and 5-man with his axe and you're pulling everyone around the map. It can be kind of nice for that mana league against the Timber, but honestly, that's just pretty much an annoying counter at this point that no one takes too much stock in. And it's just going to be another Lifestealer game here.
Yeah, and again, great Infest Bomb carrier inside of the Axe. You've got OD for a lot of follow-up damage, so you've got a good spread now, a lot of physical. Alchemist, one of those heroes that can farm pretty well. He can regenerate quickly, but notoriously low armor. So all of this, just physical right-click now from the Lifestealer will definitely be good. Axe with his pure damage. And you've got the Oracle to bail him out. I like it. FDL have a good mix of survivability and offensive potential here.
And now, last supports, there's the Kunkka. They do have the Oracle, though, which is kind of annoying for a Kunkka if you're trying to roam around and he just gets Fate's Edict. And it's up against the Lifestealer, too, so you're raging. Just ways to deal with that heavy magic burst in that early game.
Mm-hmm.
So not exactly the most ideal hero here. Maybe someone to do something about this axe. We saw Lion be really effective. I believe it was 1437 playing it for NP the other day.
Yeah.
And just getting some very clutch hexes and earth spikes to make sure those culls couldn't come through at that proper moment, saving that massive team fight in a game that looked all but lost for NP.
Yeah.
Near the end. Looked like they were trying to find a way to throw it, but he was able to deny it.
Well, Trent, they're going to do the opposite.
The roamer.
They take Bounty Hunter. Limited on control, but very irritating. Especially if you have a jungler. I mean, I can't imagine that they're thinking this will be a jungle axe, but
it could be one of those situations where he gets, like, if you pick another strong, laning hero here and he gets forced away or something, then at least Bounty's there to put that pressure on if he does go into a jungle situation.
I suppose that's true. I mean, I think of Bounty as a hero that really wants to interrupt the mid lane if there isn't a jungler. That's kind of second best, and OD is, I guess he's susceptible to some bounty hunter harassment, but with Astral Imprisonment and just with being able to kind of trade right clicks, steal some int, hit harder over time, I don't know that OD is really the easiest target to pick on, and of course Lifestealer, definitely not an easy hero to pick on at any stage of the game. So it does seem like kind of an odd bounty hunter game to me, especially if you factor in Wisp and Timbersaw have no crowd control, and now you're looking at Unstable Concoction as your primary source of disable. Which is often not even leveled up until, past 6.
I like the TA ban to go with it, though, because when you see this bounty picked, you know how things must be, like, planned out right now. It is going to be this fast-fighting Alchemist with his Armlet, SNY, or something along those lines, whatever he finds to be the perfect items for that game. It's not Radiant stuff. He's going to be with that IO, going to be nice and tanky, even in that early game. Maybe some quick relocates onto some bounty hunter ganks could be good, but a nice hero like that TA could have been perfect to sync up and give them a nice little edge in some fights early on here. As Timbersaw just kind of, maybe he'll join a couple, but ideally he wants to get up and towards that Bloodstone relatively on his own. And
well, there's some control for you.
like a safe lane Doom?
A little Doombringer. It looks like it.
I guess it's
Mid
probably
lane
like
out.
a safe lane Timber, more than likely, actually, if you just want guaranteed good farm. But either way,
They
core
might
Doom,
just sack
pretty
the
exciting.
off lane, put Doom on in the jungle, like the greedy 4. That might be the play. I really like the
Then they just pick Ricky here, right?
yeah. I really like the Kunkka final ban from Not Today. That would have been a really good position for FDL, especially again with that like Tidebringer build. Just a lot of good spread damage. More like Kunkka's that perfect mix of survivability and offensive potential with the Coco's rum buff on top of the boat.
Good for pulling teams into like a bad fighting spot too.
Yeah.
Good for canceling out things like relocate saves using X. And a couple nice little options there. But if you can pull a team into a bad fight, Axe is one of those heroes, again, that loves to capitalize on that kind of stuff. You think about Disruptor coming in with that perfect Static Storm and Kinetic Field, where it's kind of a smaller AoE compared to some of those other bigger spells. Axe is looking for the same idea. So if someone like a Kunkka can haul you on back where you don't want to be, can be pretty disastrous. There's still Skywrath Mage here if you want like silences up against Timber, Doom, relatively squishy IO.
Whoa.
There's a nice little 4 roll here. I like this.
So very unexpected. You know, we talk a lot about the current state of Dota being one such that most heroes are viable, but I would say Spirit Breaker on the lower end of that spectrum. Really don't see him very often. But with a Life Stealer, it makes a lot of sense. A really good Infest Bomb carrier. Pretty good against a Bounty Hunter if you catch him with a charge across the map. Same with Wisp. Gives you some great scouting intel. To some degree, you can pick Bounty Hunter or Spirit Breaker for a vision source. You know, that's one of the things he does very well.
Yeah, this is a cool pick because you're looking. I think the one that you would compare it to the most would be Ricky in this situation. Like two heroes that would have been ideal in different ways. Where Ricky could have been interrupting fights by like really well timed smoke clouds, having some good damage into an IO early on in the game to harass him. Again, stalking down that Doom when he's heading into the jungle. All that kind of stuff could have come from a Ricky, but then he runs into issues like the Bounty Hunter tracking him. And the Spirit Breaker has that option of scouting out this bounty, as you said, and, tracking him across the map, tracking this IO across the map. And they don't have a lot of stuff to interrupt charge, where you can get that nice, like 3, maybe even up to a 5-man charge when you're going into a fight, right? You find someone on the opposite side, you angle it up, and there's no telekinesis or something here. Like, unless you're getting shurikened or you're wasting concoction, which, as you said, is one of their big elements of control in this entire draft, there's not really that much they can do about it.
That's a really good point, actually. You'll see, like Ember Spirit, Rubik, those kind of heroes with instant disables to just stop him dead in his tracks while he's charging. But it's a good read that's one of the weaknesses in this draft. And Spirit Breaker, definitely one of those heroes that if he gets off to a good start and can carry a lot of momentum into the mid game and be a really destructive force. And we talked about picking on the mid laner. An overleveled Spirit Breaker is pretty strong against an Alchemist. Those
needless to say with a Life Stealer as well, of course.
Yeah, that's serious death
instant
squad.
delivery system. This is a really nice wrap here. Their vision, they see the OD now. I think they'll get away in time.
Sword does get charged, though. He's under tower. Hasn't leveled anything up yet. Could always
Short
grab
stun,
the
though.
chain. And just a couple of right clicks. Fortune's End comes out a little bit too late. And, of course, Alchemist, Attune here. Oh, is he? He's taunting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get used to that, folks. That's not going away.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All right, first rune secured. GG. That's pretty much it right there.
Let's take a look at the old net worth here. And,
that feels good.
900.
What a hero.
It is a little bit insane, especially since that first bounty is double. It's just a...
I like how Io has the shared tango, just because, you've got Io, so he's like going for this bottle, so you have to be a little bit poverty early on, because Alk gets the rune. He'll have it in just a second, he'll be flying on in, but Alk doesn't even need tangos, man. Oh, is that courier already coming? Wow, he didn't even wait for the bottle. How rude.
Yep. Courier's already out. They're going to tuck it in the tree line. Very smart here. Bounty Hunter's still just poking around.
Oh, yeah, I was sniping out that Dire courier over there, being very smart here with the Radiant one.
Yeah, I was looking at Radiant. Sorry. This Bounty Hunter is all over it. Schofield is hungry.
Yeah, until he shows, there is no reason to move this courier.
Well done to start. Let's take a look at the other lane. So MJW has the Axe in the safe lane against the off lane Doom. And that puts Timbersaw safe lane Up against a duel, and that's where the Life Stealer will be farming with Stan King here, playing the support. Spirit Breaker, interestingly enough, just hanging around in the mid lane, keeping things steady for Susie here against the dreaded Alchemist Wisp combo.
Yeah, not too much you can do as a Spirit Breaker at the very start of the game. Still have that second level. You wouldn't mind being like pulling or something, but again, there's this Bounty Hunter being rather annoying. Trying to get up to some sort of a secondary level. Now it's just controlling runes for Mr. 4 here.
Mm-hmm. Axe having a very good time in the bottom lane. Hard for the Doom. No surprise these days that Axe is great in melee matchups, but should be good for FDL. Probably maybe a fast Vanguard for MJW. Looks like he's already got some stacks to work with here. Schofield nearby looking to leech some XP. But a fast Vanguard Blink on Axe could be really good this game for FDL. You've already got a lot of follow-up damage, having a nice tanky initiator like that. And if you can have the Axe start fights and have Spirit Breaker follow up, there's a lot of kill potential. I feel like that opens up a lot of possibilities.
Trend lately, for sure, too.
Yeah.
A lot of these like Vanguard first Axes. And when you're in a situation like this, it doesn't get much better. It just comes back to a lot of that same stuff as the drums on the Bat Rider these days as well.
Schofield,
Blink not being that great early.
Yep. All right, an ambitious dust here from the Spirit Breaker.
So what are they achieving right now, though? They're keeping this Bounty Hunter in the mid lane, which is kind of nice. He's still level 1. He's not finding any successful harass on anyone. This is still just looking like a potential mid-game bounty. It's just not that aggravating right now. Well, is he dropping items? What a player.
What did he just drop? I saw that.
I don't know what it was.
Oh, my. Well, living up to the reputation here. Yeah, that's good. Attune. Attune, my boy. This is great for FDL, though. Having the Bounty Hunter, this neutered, is pretty much the dream. You know, you always worry about Bounty getting early experience, but on the flip side, an underleveled Bounty really does not provide much.
And he just keeps kind of coming into this mid lane, too. Like, I don't really know what's going to happen. Maybe you almost just want to go, like, pull top or something.
I mean, but even just stacking in the jungle right now for the Alchemist would be valuable. They do have one double stack here at this camp, but there's a lot of potential value here that's just been lost from the Bounty Hunter roaming around. Now he's going to maybe think about pulling this camp. Oh, surprise, it's blocked.
Oh, this is rough. It's about to be 4 minutes, and he's got 60 experience.
Okay,
how about everyone else, though?
Here. Bounty Hunter, I mean, this is more efficient than what he was doing, but still, he
has double digits XPM.
If only that was, you know, a Shadow Demon or something, you could stack a couple of these at once. Mid lane, wow, 15 XP per minute. That's at 4 minutes, that's pretty insane. He picks up an Illusion Rune, can't even luck his way into the bounty. That's kind of unfortunate. Oracle does snipe the one down bottom, though. Well done with Stan King.
And MJW gets first blood top on a Timbersaw.
Oh, you're right, as we're looking at that. My bad.
Not sure how that happened. Just 3 points into counter helix, and I'm guessing just pushed his luck a little bit too hard, considering he still hit salves there on the Timber.
In the world? He does have Vanguard at 4 minutes, though. Oh my God.
Oh, he sat bot and just got every wave, and then he was just like, all right, I'm gonna go top Bisa, enjoy farming bottom.
But I mean, you know, you expect a fast Vanguard, but 4 minutes, he's almost unkillable right now.
Well, it kind of comes back to this bounty because you've got a 4 roll that doesn't do anything up against them. Like, look where MGW is. He doesn't even have a TP. Just doesn't care. He knows they can't kill him. There's an Alchemist. He's going to go in. He's going to scout your stacks. So this... Oh, thanks for the stack, guys. What a great hero for this game. Wow. They have to bring... If they bring 3 heroes, I still don't think they'll kill him.
Bounty Hunter might die here.
Dies?
Schofield's dead. Well played. Lol.
All right. MJW is just done.
And he's just like, hey, guys, what's going on here? Oh, a 3 stack? Jerry's like, hey, wait a second. That's my experience, pal. It's 3-on-1, but can they even kill him? Timbersaw's gone this super defensive max reactive build.
Like, doesn't even matter if they kill him, honestly.
Oh, this is devastating. There's a charge coming, Jerry. I think he'll make it back. Yeah, Spirit Breaker cancels it. So that's 2 triple stacks taken, and Axe gets a freebie on the Bounty Hunter. He's looking at... He's like
a halfway to
2K
lead at 6 minutes.
Oh, God. with only 2 kills on top of that. Susie in some trouble mid lane. Alchemist trying to charge forward, but speaking of charges, Spirit Breaker
nice.
catches Schofield. I'll keep him alive while we're looking at this. Down bottom, Lifestealer teams up with the Oracle, and Bisa gets a kill on the Doom. FDL finding victories in every lane here, Trent. Wow.
Yeah, this is just, I guess, perfect lanes is what you wanted. Bounty Hunter finds nothing early on in the game, and he just gets a complete and utter gift right now as he goes immediately to level 4.
He went from 1 to 4 off that? Is that what it was?
I think he got some of the experience from the camp first. I'm going to guess that he was at least 2. Yeah, he was definitely 2 because he had 1 level Shuriken before. But either way, very happy right now.
The road to recovery begins.
Wow, he actually did. He just got so much of that. That's great. Good for you. That's like, Schofield's going to be okay now. He might actually have a chance of getting level 6 before there's a blink out on their axe.
MJW, they're starting to tighten the noose here. Doom has the no ultimate, pardon me. He might survive through this. He's getting low, and finally they'll chunk him down. Spirit Breaker charge, too little, too late, and they get a much-needed kill on the axe. This is recoverable for not today, honestly. Alchemist is level 6 now. He's got 1,500 gold. He's starting to work the jungle. It was a bumpy start, but that lead is now closed quite a bit.
Yeah, it's going to come back to what they can do with the Spirit Breaker and Axe working together. Like, when this Blink Dagger does come out, that's just going to be another big peak for them right now, where he's just going to be running at them once again. And who's going to be reacting to that will be the big question. Stanking's going to run right into Greedy, who has the Purge as well.
The Purge is nice, but without Doom, this will be a tough kill to grab.
Oh, nice.
Susie with the maxed out Astral.
Off. Yeah. He was just about to get Purged again, too.
Yeah.
And there's still no concoction because he's only level 6.
Significant lack of crowd control here. Backline, Bounty Hunter, he walks over this Sentry Ward. They'll try to set it up. Fortune's End, MJW has the Berserker's Call. He uses it late. Oh my. Bounty Hunter lives. Now 747 getting low. Might still be able to make it out, but Greedy trying to chase him down with the Fiery Sword. The Purge working wonders here as now MJW possibly in some trouble. The Bounty Hunter will get finished off by the Spirit Breaker. MJW gets purged once more. The Chakram doesn't hit, but now the Infernal Blade. It feels like 3-on-1. Where are his teammates? Nowhere to be found. Spirit Breaker on the low ground. It'll be a 1 for 2. 2 cores on the side of FDL down for only the support Bounty Hunter. Certainly not the trade this Radiant squad was hoping for. And with that, Alchemist now takes over as number 1 on the net worth chart. This lead is gone, man. It's zeroed out.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Wow.
One would say. At least Schofield
broke
went
it open.
down. Yeah, it's kind of nice of them just because he's not, getting up into level 6 and then accelerating any of these other bad engagements for them. But it's an act, like, we saw the power of Axe with this Vanguard. He's just running into these fights, he's taking all these camps and everything, but when you're actually just brawling it out in between 3 heroes and you don't get off that perfect call, then you're not going to see that same ridiculous tankability and damage output. So not the best place for an Axe to be taking an engagement down in the river and whatnot.
Yeah, a fair point there. Now, how's our Wisp doing? I feel like we haven't checked in on Jerry in a while. He's halfway through level 5, so soon that relocate will be out. Then they can start getting a little more aggressive around the map. They do have some options.
I assume they have dust on this guy, right? Yeah. So this should be a dead bounty. I think they're going to be a little bit too late. Oh, no. Nice back away there. I'm not sure if Doom caught the sight of him or probably just, wise play as well from Schofield, perhaps. Doom
does have a double damage here, so they are definitely eager to fight. Armlet on the way for Bisa. What is Al going for here? Armlet, power treads.
Back into his treads, yeah.
Are we going to see Attune do the Attune build?
I believe so. I mean, once the treads are out, there's no Radiance coming. For sure.
All right. Schofield, charged, dusted. Bisa on the way in. This should be an easy kill on the Bounty Hunter. Still not level 6. And it's going to be another one up on the scoreboard here for old Cheeseburgers. The Spirit Breaker. The Mad
FDL
Cow.
playing this one a little bit safer.
Yeah. A very topsy-turvy game so far, though. OD looking okay. His farm pretty much middle of the pack right now. He'll bump right into Greedy. He does have a Doom. Drops it on the OD. Some support inbound. Alchemist coming. Does he have Concoction? No, he's still only level 8. MJW here. I don't think they have enough to finish off OD. He might still live through this. MJW, he could be the one that actually falls. A lot of follow-up damage. Stan King nearby trying to heal him up. Purifying Flames doing some work. Now the charge. Deep. They've gone too deep indeed. Bisa turns it around on Doom. Now Sword out of mana, getting charged. Astral will buy them some time for Spirit Breaker to get here. They'll bring him down. Schofield on the back. All right, gets a nice pick off there on Oracle to round things out. But now he's in pretty deep. He drops a ward. The dust does connect. And Bisa should be able to chase him down for one more kill going the way of FDL. That makes it a 1 for 3, losing only the Oracle. Great job disengaging there. I can't believe Not Today committed to that so deep past the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, then post that fight, MJW heads up to the Ancients, gives even more gold almost up into that Blink Dagger. So maybe they were thinking like, okay, we'll have to go for this dive now or something. Or they felt the need for some sort of an aggressive play, but if they try anything like that again, it's going to end up even worse, believe it or not. Put this Blink Dagger out here.
Big pickup though. This is the time. This one of the weaknesses or potential weaknesses of this Alchemist build is this moment right here. Sure, he's got the armlet. He might not be an easy kill, but if you can stop the snowball here, it can be a lot harder to recover. At this stage, if he has a Radiance, you know, he can still recover after a couple ganks. He doesn't have that same tool now. I think this could be a time for FDL to try to strike, put some pressure on it. It looks like they'll take heed to that advice. Spirit Breaker with the Infest Bomb inside. Doom in a lot of trouble. Turns on the Scorched Earth with some extra regen. They actually hold the Spirit or the Infest Bomb. They might go back for Schofield. They dust him, but they don't turn for it. All right, FDL hesitate again.
That was so close to working, though, like luring them down in here for MJW, but the ward, too much.
The ward.
They smoke up right under it as well, so they'll be fully aware this rotation's coming in.
That's a hero
Pings
ward
from the
right
Doom
there.
saying, I think that he wants them to go high ground to fight from here. They have level 1 Concoction, but will anyone else be here for this?
It doesn't look like it. Dire still pretty spread out. Alchemist working on the Yasha. He'll just move right
This
into
is
SNY
surprising.
now.
Like, they know the smoke is coming, and this is where they would go. Oh, no!
Alk kind of baits him. It's a missed Berserker's call, and a big opportunity for FDL squandered. Attune, it looks like the taunting got to him.
Is that what it was? Threw
Must
him off.
have
Yeah.
It's a pretty
Right,
cute
his
little play.
echolocation was thrown off by strange noises from this Alchemist.
Schofield on the
I
high
still
ground.
don't really get the noise. Look at MJW's TPing out.
It really doesn't match the Alchemist theme.
Oh, he's trying to save Beast up top and got doomed.
Stand
Two-man
King.
call, but no spins at all.
Rather unfortunate. MJW maybe still in trouble. The sword now out of mana. Timber Chain misses, and he is in a world of hurt. No Soul Ring for 5. They do end up killing the Wisp on the backside.
Yeah, by
And a
the
little
secret
miscommunication there. Astral Imprisonment and Berserker's Call used at the same time. The sword still won't be able to survive despite the lack of synergy there. Schofield's still in pretty deep. This ward giving
he's
him
dusted
so
up.
much intel.
Just expiring.
They've been carrying a lot of dust, but a couple of sentries would go a long way right now. Okay. The gap is growing here. FDL's cores are all pretty even, and on the side of Not Today, it's like Alchemist at the top, and everybody else is starting to fall behind. And
Yeah.
this could be
Always
good for
important to
FDL.
take that into
Yeah.
to account.
Doesn't
When
feel
you look
like
at that
a huge
overall goal
lead, but
graph.
yeah. It's one of those things, if they just manage to kill that Alchemist once, they can start knocking down towers, take a big advantage. Alki is clearing a pretty decent Ancient stack right now. Looks like at least a 2, maybe a 3. SNY pretty close.
This
Charge
is
on the Schofield, though.
one of these bounty games where sometimes you'll see teams with a bounty who are a little bit behind. They take that one big fight. Maybe it's some sort of a wombo combo play. Tends to be the biggest one, right? Where you see like Darkseer into a Sven or something, and you kill like 4 tracked heroes. But there really isn't anything like that in this game. It's more about like a long, drawn-out fight.
Yeah.
It'll be something like and the Alchemist doesn't get killed right away. Sword is just chasing him down with consistent damage over time. So it's already hard to get those kind of wins, basically. Oh wow, this is pretty good. Oh, that call!
Oh, Berserker's Call falls short. Sword stands around, though. He actually wants to fight it. Spirit Breaker comes in, drops another stun. There's the Nether Strike, and it's an easy kill on the Timber.
Yeah, the call hit mid-chain, so it doesn't cancel it, but it still gives you the taunt.
Yeah, it's a little... Oh, I see. So that's why he kind of doubled back
so
like
he gets
that. Oh,
waltzed
okay.
on in.
I thought he just missed the call. All right, I see the interaction now. That was a little confusing. Glad you're here, Modpax. What would I do without you?
Oh, who knows? Probably have someone smarter.
It would be a disaster. Here we go. Tier 1 tower mid falls in favor of the Radiant after they get that pick off. Bounty Hunter looking for a potential courier snipe, I guess, wrapping around the backside here. No wards, so just being that mobile ward himself. FDL looking for a wraparound. There are 3 enemy heroes down here. They actually smoke up in the tree line.
So what do we have? We have Doom. We have Concoction being charged up.
Here we go. It's a decent stun. Axe blinks away, so it has minimal effect. Bisa pops the rage, goes in, but the rest of his team, they head for the hills. If FDL want to fight this, they need to find a way to re-engage. Schofield just way too far in the back. Why was the bounty over there? Like, I saw him wrap around at the beginning.
Walk in, but he gets caught in the center.
Oh, Sword gets caught this time. Another easy kill here. So it's a 2-0, and FDL can just transition this into a tier 1 tower push. Peculiar.
You can understand it. Like, he's coming in from this angle. He's hoping to, like, maybe get a track off, maybe some disruptions in terms of, like, if he can find that axe and throw a Q out on him or something and stop him from blinking in and stopping their own fight. Like, because MJW, like, waltzed on over here with the Concoction. It was a nice blink. It's a hard target to go on. They had either Lifestealer or axe to initiate on from the trees. And when you're charging Concoction, it's either you throw it or you get stunned. So I guess maybe he just felt a little bit pressured. Didn't want to just go back in the trees.
Yeah. There's a Force Staff up on the OD. Susie's got something else coming on the Courier. Oh, yeah. That's a full Dragon Lance Hurricane Pike. So now OD is a lot more mobility.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of these, and again, it's another really nice combination. We had the Disruptor and the Clockwork last time with our Hurricane Pike hero, and this time we have the Spirit Breaker. So if he starts charging someone, and 747 just gives him that little Hurricane Pike, doesn't matter where they go, he's always going to have that vision, and you guarantee all 4 clicks, which is a huge part of Hurricane Pike. Like,
yeah.
It can be very difficult to create that distance and still have the actual vision to attack them every time.
That's true. We often talk about it for its defensive capabilities, to get out of sticky situations, to engage, but just to maximize damage in that way in kind of a safe manner is a very unique aspect. Lifestealer.
And with Enchantress and OD, it's so important, right?
Oh, yeah. Lifestealer now with the Echo Saber up. We had Deso next on him. Standard build there. And now the Blink Dagger on Alchemist. So again, this very similar combative build. I think yesterday he did pretty much the exact same thing, except it was BKB
I think
after
it was
Blink.
BKB next, and then Maelstrom.
Oh, no. He doesn't even... Oh, he does get the bounty
close.
rune. Nice relocate save from the Wisp. They're just going to linger around, and poor Wispy will have to bite the bullet for
Schofield's
this
under
one.
a sentry here.
And he reveals himself. I think this is a dead bounty hunter. Gets bashed right back in. MJW with the blink call. And it'll be a 2-fer. Wisp gets popped by the Lifestealer, and bounty hunter popped by the axe. The Alchemist stays alive, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, woohoo. Bottom lane, they have found 747. Oh, so close.
Charge coming in from Sword, and again, he's out of mana.
Oh, the mana.
747 could still live here. The Hurricane Pike across. Oh, this Alchemist is just getting kited around now. There's too many reinforcements. He's stuck in the trees. They've got him completely locked in. Nowhere to go. MJW still manages to miss the Berserker's call. But now the Doom has joined the party, maybe stepping a bit too far forward. Again, Hurricane Pike proving worth it. So much damage from 747. Completely turned around, and again,
what
FDL.
What a sick play, honestly. Like, that was some perfectly executed stuff from 747 right there.
Knowing his limits so well. I'm not sure why the Doom went in that way, though. A little bit ambitious, I think. It's kind of charge in like that. Got to respect the power of the OD.
Probably not expecting the Oracle to be there, I guess.
Yeah.
Thinking the heals weren't going to be coming out so fast. Like, you just Doom 747 and run away.
I'm just having trouble seeing what the game plan is for Not Today. They don't really have great sieging. They don't really have a team that has great 5-man, like, disable synergy or anything. It seems very pick-off based. You know, they can use Doom for kills. They can use relocate ganks. They can outnumber people unexpectedly with bounty hunter and relocates. But at what stage are they supposed to really take control and really win this game? You know, I feel like the FDL draft is just more well-rounded in that regard. You know, at every stage they have a hero that brings something really powerful to the table. Like, look at right now, the Lifestealer and Festbomb is such a big threat that Not Today are pretty. It seems like they're pretty intimidated to take a straight up 5v5.
Yeah, it does. I think it does come down to outnumbering being a pretty big part of it, where Doom, you know, takes care of one person, and then you're also relocating in, so you're hoping to be coming into a numbers advantage anyway, and you're thinking that that's what can carry you, so maybe your lanes just go more evenly, and that becomes a possibility. You get an earlier mech up on the Bounty Hunter. He's not level 1 at 4 minutes. But they weren't able to find those early pickoffs onto the only squishy target being the Oracle. Axe got crazy out of control and became very disruptive, and that's always going to make any draft look so much worse when someone like MJW just, like, think about all those stacks he stole and how this game can be so different.
Oh, they find Schofield. He was the mobile ward lingering about. They've got some detection, and while we're looking at that, OD will find a solo kill on the Timbersaw. Even without the use of his ultimate, just a straight up OD right click.
Disgusting. Not sure. Did he have charge help on that? It doesn't look like it.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I was looking at the bounty hunter. It's sort of
And
nuts that
Susie,
FDL
too.
have found so many of these like solo pickoffs like that. Like, even earlier when MJW solo killed the Timbersaw in lane. Like there's been a couple times where this Timbersaw has died kind of unexpectedly, where on paper you'd think, shouldn't he usually be able to get away from that like 9 times out of 10?
Yeah, it's just, I think the quick loss of mana is throwing off his normal expectations. Is now charged down bottom. Greedy.
Completely destroyed here.
Oh, the self stun. Al couldn't find it.
It's a close kill, or a close call. Now Alk on the run. Schofield around the back line on Stan King. It's turning into all these little skirmishes with the Wisp. Gets left behind. And now Sword in the middle of it. He gets chopped down. Triple kill now for the Axe.
Taunting away. Yeah.
Oh, God. The hammer from OD to finish it off. A chaotic fight, but FDL just destroy him.
This looks like where Schofield will. Again, I'm scared for his safety.
Come on, Schofield. I think at this point FDL could pick up a gem, and this bounty hunter will become a complete non-factor.
I think he's already a non-factor.
Yeah, pretty close. Well, right now he's giving them some intel. That's like, it's worth 10%. He's a mobile ward some of the time.
He just can't do anything. Like, if he tracks one person, he gets immediately charged and just dies.
Yeah, the Spirit Breaker was a really creative choice here, and it's working so well. All the outer towers getting destroyed. Look at the position of all the lanes right now. Past where the tier 2s would be. Courier?
I knew he was going to dust. What a player.
Oh, the Spirit Breaker. Does he find the solo kill, though? He doesn't have another strike for 10. He's pinging it out. And, oh, hello, MJW. Yeah, that'll be a Berserker's call and a slam dunk. Unstoppable streak for the mighty Redman Axe.
What a player, honestly.
That was
As a
pretty
courier
clutch.
coming in, those bounty was around.
I would love to hear the comms of FDL after a play like that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I got him. I knew it.
I knew it. Attune changing things up a little bit, picking up the Maelstrom here. I think before he did grab the BKB earlier, but just
Doesn't
going
do
for
shit in this
damage.
game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
OD,
it's good
of
against
course,
OD.
but
Yeah.
You assume he'll be busy with Timbersaw, and you're dealing with Axe, Spirit Breaker, Lifestealer.
Yeah, 3 heroes, all notoriously good against the BKB pickup.
Blue lines being drawn here. Stan King has a plan. Seems to involve this part of the map, and likely these ones here. Maybe getting a Roche, thinking about high ground, thinking about what items they have left to get. MJW sitting at 900. They're not really like, oh, there we go. There's the death. So that's that big spike that you like. The next one will be the Orchid here for 747, and they're at their next big tier of itemization.
Yeah, I like this build on OD a lot. 4 staff, so you have some early survivability. Hurricane Pike, then into the Blink for more mobility.
There we go.
Down bottom, Attune, just a casual pickoff. Wisp couldn't even save him this time. The relocate comes out a little too slow, and old Wispy coming back. That's it. GG. They'll save their Wisp, a demoralizing blow, and just tap out. Merciful gods.
Ward, yeah, you think it'll save you, right? The Spirit Breaker, but when you're charging over the pit, obviously it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It just wasn't enough time for you to get there.
I love that score screen. Friendship, dedication, and love. Victory. Just
If only life was like that.
yeah, I know, right? What a positive, uplifting image to end that game, man. 2 heroes not dying. It's not often you see a game where a Spirit Breaker doesn't die once, but 4-0-15 on him. Nice showing there. Honestly, though, Trent, I think the Timbersaw was a particularly lackluster performance for me. I mean, the Bounty Hunter had his issues. I think that was almost more of a picking issue than raw execution. FDL just had his number. They handled the Bounty Hunter perfectly. The Timbersaw dying solo, like to the Axe that early on, definitely set him back. You look at the end of that game, his farm is like on point with the Oracles. And with Timbersaw, you need that hero to be farming. You need him to do damage. At the end of the game, look at his damage output. Okay, he was technically highest on the team, but he didn't have any items. He had mana boots. That was it.
I think it just, again, comes back to, it's so hard to judge a game when it gets that out of control that fast.
True.
Like, MJW just disrupts any plan they had. You didn't get this like space creating almost alchemist, because that's what it's designed to do. You're like actually fighting, Doom's fighting, maybe he builds an aura or something, you get a couple tracks, life looks so good, and Sword gets to farm up on a lane for like 2 or 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, He joins one fight, goes back in farmers for a bit. Would have been such a huge difference for him. He actually is able to build an item,
Yeah.
but
Tough
not
game,
so
though.
much. MJW Dota and 747 again. Like that solo play down bot was so sick. Game was pretty much over at that point, but damn,
Yeah.
dude.
4-minute Vanguard on Axe. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. So that was only game 1, guys. We've got game 2 coming up next. Not Today versus FDL. We'll see. Can Not Today take us to an ace match and salvage the night for South American fans around the world, or will it be North American domination? You'll have to stick around to find out the conclusion coming up after this break.